Yeah, we live. Fundamentals of fun. We are live. Where my people's at? Where my blockheads at? Where the blockheads? Oh man, it's a hot one out here today. It's a little hot one out here today. I ain't got my water with me, but we're gonna jump into this live. Like I said, we're keeping these lives more frequent flyer miles on this live. That's right, frequent flyer miles. That's right, we're keeping these things frequent. They're coming frequent. They're coming concurrently. We're running them together. It's your boy LB, we live. Fundamentals of fun. Techniques spring from fundamentals. Strong technique comes from strong fundamentals. Not just the technique. You know what I'm saying? Not just the technique. There we go. Where my thing at? Okay. My other phone is running kind of slow. But we got one right here. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that. And it says, how do you fight a school bully? So you think with these techniques, they got all types of situations. What to do when the girl grabs your hair. What to do when the man tries to kick you in the groin. When he goes for your babies. When he goes for your future babies. What are you going to do when he's trying to stop you from having future babies? What you going to do when your car breaks down, tire goes flat, you're on the side of the road, and someone tries to grab you in the headlock while you're fixing your tires. Take you and your family go out for a night at the museum. While you're looking at the dinosaur exhibit, somebody runs up on you and tries to hit you over the top of your head. What to do when you're attacked in the museum while looking at the dinosaur exhibit. See, these techniques can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Because they're fear-based. Fear-based. That's what's happening. People are selling you these techniques because they are fear-based techniques. They want you to be scared in these situations so you can say, let me try to bust out this technique that I didn't practice, that I learned watching YouTube videos or going to the seminar and see if they're going to work. And what happens? They don't work. Them techniques never come off the way you did it when you was at dojo or your local Y getting your thing on. They never come out like that. Because the situation never presents itself as perfectly when you're doing it slow motion in the dojo at your seminar with somebody throwing a punch and leaving the punch out there for you. You know what I'm saying? They just pretty much just gonna come at you with their fists like this so you can and do your 18 moves to it. That's not what's gonna happen. That situation will rarely present itself. You must be fighting Stevie Wonder. You gotta be fighting somebody that's blind, can't see, don't know what they're doing. They might be blind, deaf, and dumb. That technique may work on the blind, deaf, and dumb, but it ain't gonna do nothing for people with eyes, a little common sense, and somebody that's really trying to hurt you. This is why fundamentals are fun. Fundamentals are the things that's gonna make it into the fight with you when the pressure hits. See, when the pressure hits, the fundamentals gonna go with you. The technique, they're a dime a dozen. You know, I think it was Sugar Ray Robinson that said, you train 100 different things, but only 20 of those make it into the fight with you. Yep. You train 100 different things, but only 20 of those things make it into the fight with you. And you don't know which 20 they're going to be. So kind of like a test, you got to kind of know the whole 100. You got to be versed with the whole 100. And those 100, the 100 that they're talking about, have to come from fundamental foundation. There needs to be a fundamental foundation that makes these techniques work. And that's a lot of the things they don't teach at these seminars and these self-defense videos, is the fundamentals it's going to take for you to poke an eye out. Have your fingers, I just seen one where you catch the punch and then you poke them in the eye. Now, I'm not saying that that couldn't happen, but the fundamentals of knowing the range, having the sensitivity to guide the punch off to the side, the accuracy to put the fingers into the eyeball, all of those are going to spring from a fundamental situation of range, balance, timing. All of these things need to be made up into that technique. And when you're selling techniques, you just don't get that. They give you a bag full of techniques and send you on your way and say, this is what you do when someone grabs your shirt from the, from the right side. Wrap the arm. But what if he got one of those dead man grips where he can damn near rip the shirt off your back? What's that technique going to do to that? See, the technique is going to fail then, but the fundamental won't fail you then. But the technique will fail you if it's not backed by fundamentals. And that's why in this video, I say fundamentals of fun. The stamina, the balance, the coordination, range, accuracy, conditioning of the weapon, knowing how to use the weapon. One of the things I see is this, keep your hands loose and then close it right before the point of impact. Now, if you know how much timing you have to have mastered to have your hands open, and before you land the punch, you close it. And this is with him trying to hit you. Now, we got to remember, this is all happening with you under pressure. So not only does your mind have to worry about being hit, being hurt, hitting him, hurting your opponent, you also got to think about, right before you strike him, you got to close your fist at the precise time. To me, this is a good way of getting your hands broken. That's a good method on breaking your hands. Are there times when you can fight and leave your hands open? Yeah. When your mindset is set on grab, hold and hit, maybe you may keep your hands open. After you make your first initial grab, you ball up that other hand, making a fist, and you get to work. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. But closing your fist on the point of impact is almost impossible. And people are trying to sell you that you can have your hands open and then right before impact close it. No. That's way too much mind being used on that thought when you can be using mind for how not to get hurt. What areas are open on him? What are his bad habits? See, you need to be able to scan your opponent. Look at his stance. Look at his hand position. And then plan an attack from that. But if you got to worry about closing your fist on a point of impact, you're wasting a whole lot of mind time and taking away from the execution of the real techniques. Better just to know how to keep your fist closed, and still move, and still, manipulate his arm with keeping your hands closed. This is the sensitivity I talk about. This sensitivity that I talk about with rolling the ball between your arms, you can roll it and keep your hands closed. So now you're building up forearm sensitivity. Forearm sensitivity. So you can keep your fist closed. So when he grabs you, you can roll that forearm, bang, 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 get the punch. And you ain't got to worry about closing your fist at the last possible moment. Smash that like button. Give me one like out there. We got 3 people in here. Nobody gonna smash the like button. We just going to air hustle and eye hustle. If you on the chat and if you watching this and you support this, just smash that like button. That's all. Helps get the video out. I don't really care how many people are in the building. It could be 2 people, 3 people in the building. I don't care. But smash that like button. Do your Uncle Burley a favor and smash that like button. But As I was saying, you can build up forearm sensitivity that can help you. Omni 95, salute. Rudewell, Albridge, smash. Good looking, thank you. Smash that like button. Smash that like button for me. You got any questions? Jump up in here and ask the questions. But trying to close your fist on the moment of impact is almost impossible to do, people. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but somebody has to start, somebody has to help clean up this mess that we call self-defense. Because it's all fear-based. You know, they scare you into to buying into these techniques. When the only thing to fear is self. You understand that? Only thing to fear is self. And the fear of not being able to, of knowing that you're not in the right condition, in the right health to be defending yourself. That's another thing. What are the person's health problems? When you think about these techniques. Some of these techniques may need you to bend your knees real bad. You may have just had a knee surgery. So it's better to gauge the fundamentals. It's better to train the fundamentals until the fundamentals are a strong foundation. And once you got this strong foundation of fundamentals, the techniques are almost limitless. There's only 6 punches in boxing, really. The jab, straight hook, rear uppercut, lead uppercut, overhand. 6. But think about all of the different ways you can throw those 6. I can go hook, straight, hook. I can go straight, hook, straight. I can go lead uppercut, rear uppercut, overhand. Overhand, lead uppercut. Lead uppercut, jab. Jab, straight, rear uppercut. So off of those 6 punches, there's so many different ways I can run it. And I can create my own combinations. But it's because I know the 6 punches, I got the foundation of the 6 punches, that I can be more creative. Using the palm is good. Using the palm is a pretty strong, you know, the palm can take a lot of pressure. You know, the palm can take a lot of pressure. It can do a lot of damage. It can become a strike and a push at the same time. Like you can strike with the palm under the chin and then push his neck back and go for the takedown. The thing about the palm is when you really go for palm strikes, you're probably going to be in like the mid-range to close range when you're thinking about that palm strike. So you got to be thinking about being grabbed, missing. You know, what if you miss the palm strike? What are you going to turn it into? You know, see, but sensitivity, when you train your sensitivity, you can make a miss and still recover from the miss. That's another fundamental that you've already programmed a miss into your game. It's just like a store. When the store opens up, they already got pretty much an idea of how much they're going to lose from people stealing their products. Now, they're not going to be all the way correct, but they're going to have a fund set aside to cover theft because they have already added that into their equation. Excuse me, the same thing with fighting. You got to add missing into your equation. A lot of these strikes almost act as if you're going to land all of them, and you're not. It's a reason to show interest in summer hockey. You know, so as long as you're adding the fact of that you can miss, that not every strike is going to land, you can use the palm. Elbow, good too. Elbow, palm, fist. You know, forearms is good for blocking, taking pressure. You know, fundamental things like your anatomy. Knowing your anatomy when you have your hands up. Heavy elbow. You know, your elbows ain't flying away from you. You ain't fighting like none of these little Thundercats out here. You got heavy elbow. Elbows tucked in. Hands near the face. You know, you're in motion. You know, you should learn how to be in a constant motion over this. You know, you want to You want to have this, my teacher used to say, nervous energy. You want to have this nervous energy. Thank you. Yeah, that you like that hat? Salute, appreciate you. You know, you want to have this nervous energy because a man is trying to hit you. You don't want to just stand there and be just a sitting target. You want to at least make him work for his money, you know, make him earn that money. Don't let him just walk up in the dojo and start beating people up. No, make him earn that. So you should be in motion. See, these are the fundamental things that you need to know when things are getting real. When things is getting real. You don't just sit there like a statue, all mad. Because when you're mad, that madness turns into a dynamic tension. Thank you. Salute. Yeah, they need to give this channel more love, man. My channel should be getting way more love than it's getting. Because these dudes is out here doing all types of stuff, man. Like, you know, I love Master Wong. You know, don't get it wrong. I love Master Wong. But I was just looking at one of his videos. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. My other phone is acting crazy. This phone is acting crazy right now. But we're going to see if we can pull up, you know, some Master Wong. The one thing I give Master Wong, he is a character. He is definitely a character. And that probably helps sell. That probably helps push a lot more of his videos. MMA is for people that overvalue beach photos from 2022. Okay. Okay. Hold on, let me see if I can get this Master Wong video going. So we can see, so we can take a look at some of the things that happen in these self-defense videos that are not going to happen in real time. Yeah, this phone is acting real slow right now. And I think that, I don't know if the light is the reflection of the light, will you be able to see it, but I was just looking at a lot of these self-defense videos, what to do when someone grabs your hair and all of that crazy enough. Man, listen, it's crazy out there, man. It's crazy out there. There's a lot of bamboozlement going on. They out there hoodwinking people. You know, people are getting hoodwinked. And they're liking these videos because it looks good to the eye. But like I said before in my other live, fighting is never going to really be a pretty thing. The prettiest thing about a fight is that you go home safe, or you go home the winner, or you go home with less damage. That's pretty. But you're going to take some damage. You get in a fight, there's going to be some damage. Who knows where it could be on your forearms from blocking. You know, you blocking a lot, and you're taking a lot of damage that way. You know, you're taking it in the arm. But there's going to be some damage taken in. You can't get around that. If you want to get around that, then you just don't fight. Yeah, just stay away from fights. If you got a problem with taking damage, then try to talk your way out of some situation. So now you heard what he said. Somebody punched me in the face, and you see the guy throw the punch, and look how he freezes. Now, do you see when you see the guy when he threw the punch, he was still like this, just waiting for Master Wong to do something? Or do we either believe that that's what the opponent is going to do in the street? Is that he's going to throw the punch and leave it out there for you? Yeah, he's an awesome salesman. He's an awesome salesman, and he could, you know, and he could be a master of what he practiced. I don't doubt that. But the stuff that he's teaching, this is not real, people. This is not how the fight is going to go. Look at this. Yeah, see, the opponent is not going to freeze up like that for you. The opponent is going to be working. He ain't going to throw a punch and just, he going to be working. He going to be working on you. He going to be working. You stop that one hand, that other hand coming. He grabbing, he spitting, he kicking. This is chaos. It's hard to try to make these moves, put these moves to fit chaos. Because that's what you're doing. When you fight, you're fighting chaos. You got to make these moves organized confusion. That's what your martial art has to be. Organized confusion. Organized chaos. Because that's what you're going to have to do. He's not going to tell you which hand is coming. He's not going to let you know he's about to punch you. He's not going to let you know he's about to bite you or kick you. You ain't going to get all of that information from him. Yeah, these ain't plausible situations for a fight. And people have been selling this. This man got 1 million followers. Soaking that stuff up. Taking it like that's what you do. They may even go out and try this and get hurt. No. You're thinking about organized confusion, people. Organized confusion. You got to be able to fight chaos. You got to be able to organize chaos. And you're going to do that with fundamentals, not techniques. See, fundamentals can help you organize chaos. Like the fundamentals of starting the fire got us out of the chaos of being in the dark. Let me say that again. The fundamentals of knowing how to start a fire got us out of the chaos of darkness. No, well, see, that's the thing. The real is always going to be overlooked because the fake is more fancier. You know, the fake-ish is fancy. The real ain't going to have all of the fancy, bells and whistles on it. So people will overlook the real because it may not have all of the bells and whistles like the fake do. See, the fake needs to dress up in all types of colors and fancy big things and to gain some attention because basically it has no substance. The real don't need none of that. The real don't need none of that. The real could be dressed in a t-shirt, jeans, and some skips. That's right, the real could be dressed in t-shirt, jeans, and some skips. You know how many billionaires walk around? You wouldn't even know they're a billionaire because they dressed in t-shirt, jeans, and skips. They ain't got on Gucci, Prada, and all of that stuff. But you see the poorest people will rush to get the Gucci and Prada and dress up in the Gucci and Prada. The people that really don't have the money to be doing it is the ones that's doing it harder than the people that actually have the money. Because the real don't need all of that. The real is backed by substance. I got money in the bank. That's substance. If I ain't got no money in the bank, no money in my pocket, I may want to dress up and look like money because I don't have money. But the people that got money, they don't even look like money because the real don't need the fancy bell and whistles. The real is the real, and that's fundamentals. Fundamental way of teaching people how to fight and letting them know that the fight is a real thing. It's hard. It's not an easy thing. Not something you can just conquer. May run some people away because people always want the quick fix, the easy hookup. People want the quick fix, the easy hookup. Fighting, there ain't no quick fixes and there ain't no easy hookups. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, training. People need to know this. So if they really want it, they know what they have to put in to get it. Instead of being led astray with all of these fancy techniques that you can think that you can just learn on the drop of a dime and then go in the streets and under real time use it. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Fighting is real, people. Fighting is hard. So you have to train hard. You have to train real. If that's what you're really thinking about. You're really thinking about self-defense. And even after you leave the dojo, when you're in your house by yourself, you still need to be training it. You still need to be working these things. You can't just do a technique, forget about it, and think you're going to bust it out 5 years later and it's going to be ready to go. No. You got to keep working on the fundamentals that's going to bring life to that technique. Stamina, endurance, coordination, range, the ability to see in traffic, under pressure. Those are the things that are going to matter. So like I said, I got my knee on their necks. We're going to keep bringing you the real, to shake people off of this fake selling techniques type of thing. No more just selling techniques. No more. Salute. No more. As always, hands up, chin down, rumble. Young man rumble.